Dallas, Texas, June 22nd, 2026, 2 days before his 39th birthday. Argentina faces Austria. We're in the first half. A penalty is awarded. Messi steps up to the spot. As always, the captain takes responsibility, but the penalty doesn't go in. Minutes later, the ball is at his feet again. This time it ends in a goal, met with the roaring joy of the ecstatic crowd. Messi puts his team ahead. The captain is on stage once more. He's used to moments like these, because he is a born leader. The goal he scores is the 17th in World Cup history for him. One more goal. Yes, just one more goal, and he will reach a record no footballer has ever touched. He will become the all-time top scorer in World Cup history. Why does the number 18 matter? The previous record holder, Germany's Miroslav Klose, scored 16 goals across 4 World Cups. Before him, the record belonged to the phenomenon Ronaldo with 15 goals. Before that, the German tank Gerd Müller held it with 14. These are no ordinary numbers. They are the most precious statistics a footballer's career can produce. That is why 18 means so much for Messi. Messi has surpassed them all, and he did it across 6 tournaments. The only player in World Cup history to have scored both in his youth and in his 30s. Now, approaching the age of 40, he has reached 18 goals. It feels like a dream. The date was June 16, 2006, at the FIFA World Cup Stadium in Hamburg. Argentina versus Serbia-Montenegro. A young man came on in the 54th minute, playing only his second official match for the national team. He was just 18 years old. Coming off the bench, he scored 2 goals and celebrated joyfully with his teammates. He was the youngest Argentine ever to score at a World Cup. His name? Need it even be said? Lionel Messi. In that same match, he also provided an assist, making him the youngest player in World Cup history to contribute both a goal and an assist in a single game. What he did that night was a trailer for a film yet to begin. The opening of a carnival, the herald of a festival. The world was about to meet a player unlike any it had ever seen. That evening in Hamburg, no one knew they were watching the opening chapter of the greatest individual World Cup story ever told. In 2010, Messi arrived in South Africa as the greatest player in the world, as a Ballon d'Or winner. He was the most prized piece of the most dominant Barcelona side in football history. Yet he went 5 matches without scoring a single goal, and it ended in deep disappointment. Argentina were knocked out in the quarterfinals, beaten 4-0 by a powerful Germany. It was a crushing, shattering feeling. Everyone was talking about it, almost like a myth. Messi can do everything for Barcelona, but not for Argentina. He can never do it for the national team. That perception became something people questioned at every World Cup, and over time, something they came to believe. The national shirt felt too heavy for him. These were extraordinarily harsh words for a superstar who was only 23 years old. But time would tell. Would people be right, or would Messi, the little giant who rarely spoke, would deliver his message once again on the pitch, through goals, and etch his name into football history in golden letters? Brazil 2014 was different. Messi scored 4 goals in total, against Bosnia, Iran, Nigeria, and Belgium. He was named man of the match in 4 consecutive games during the group stage. No player had ever achieved that before. He won the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. Argentina reached the final. But standing in their way was a giant, one of the greatest nations in World Cup history, the Panzers. After 112 goalless minutes, Götze met a cross and sent it into the net, bringing the trophy home to Germany. He had lost the final as the tournament's best player. Football fans everywhere wept for Messi. But the result would not change. Messi had lost. With his goal against Nigeria, Messi had claimed another record. He became the first player to score at a World Cup in both his 20s and his 30s. Yet records were not enough. He wanted to hold the cup in his arms and give it to his nation. For another year, question marks lingered. After the Copa America final defeat in 2016, he briefly announced his retirement from international football, then reversed the decision and returned with a new sense of purpose. That was fitting for a man like him. Football fans everywhere, partisan or neutral, were overjoyed at the news. Qatar 2022 took the stage. Argentina lost their opening match to Saudi Arabia in deeply unfortunate fashion. Pressure was mounting on the team and on the genius Messi. Was another early exit coming, or would Argentina fight on with their superstar? A remarkable comeback followed. Goals against Mexico, Poland, Australia, the Netherlands, and Croatia. And in the final, the greatest World Cup final in history. 2 goals against France, and then the trophy lifted in Lusail. Everything felt like a dream. The golden man of football, Lionel Messi, had finally led Argentina to the World Cup. What a career. Not a single trophy remained unclaimed. It was like a fairy tale. Messi lifted his cup through tears of joy. He became the first player ever to score in every single stage of a World Cup. He won the Golden Ball for the second time. After 36 years, Argentina were back at the summit. Once again, Messi had answered every question on the pitch. In 2026, in what could be the final World Cup of his career, he opened with a hat-trick, against a strong Algeria side no less. It was a milestone in his international career. In his 200th international appearance, he scored 3 goals in 1 match, drawing level with Klose at 16. It was the first hat-trick of his World Cup career. He had scored more than 900 goals in his career overall. At 38, in his 27th World Cup match, Messi had once again proven just how extraordinary he is for world football. 4 days later, Dallas, Texas. Argentina versus Austria. A missed penalty in the first half. But then, the ball finds him again. And goal. The record, standing at 16, moves to 17. Then, in the second half, it becomes 18. What a game. What a footballer. That is Lionel Messi. 18 goals. In his 29th World Cup match. At his 6th World Cup. More than Miroslav Klose. More than Brazilian Ronaldo. More than Pelé. The top scorer of this tournament is him. Miroslav Klose, when asked about his record being broken, responded with his characteristic grace. "I always said Messi wasn't bad," he said, with the warmth of a true admirer. "He is the greatest player of all time." Marta, who holds the women's record with 17 goals, congratulated him on Instagram. Ronaldo, who is still playing in the same tournament and has 8 World Cup goals, made no statement. The truth is, football speaks its own language. 2 days after breaking the record, Messi turned 39. He is the oldest player at this World Cup, and alongside Ronaldo, who played in 8 World Cups, he holds the joint record for the most appearances. He has now scored 18 goals in 29 matches across 6 tournaments. And it's not over yet. When asked about the record and whether another World Cup, the 2030 edition, which Argentina will co-host, might be possible, Messi left the door open. "As long as I can and I feel good enough, I'll be there," he said. From someone who has spent 20 years rewriting the boundaries of what is possible, those words carry more weight than most dare calculate. 18 goals, 29 matches, 6 World Cups, and possibly, if football is kind, if the body holds, if the dream continues, more chapters to come. We are the Cup Files. And this was the story of the number 18, and the man who gave it a meaning that will last forever.